What's up guys, Jerome here again. So one of the biggest things that came out in the poll last week about what you guys wanted to change was how to get bigger arms. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this video. We're going to talk you through the exercises to do and how to implement them as well. So starting off, a little bit of anatomy. The arms are made up of two main muscles, the biceps and the triceps. So how do we train those muscles? So let's start with the biceps. Involved in many of the back movements that you do, like your rows, your chin-ups, that kind of stuff. However, we need to really isolate them as well, as to be honest, we don't want to activate your biceps too much during those pulling movements, as it actually will take the emphasis off your back. So essentially we need to curl. For the guys who train at home, that's kind of difficult to work your biceps if you're working purely with body weight, but a cheap set of weights is going to solve that instantly. So if you need to curl, what kind of curl should you be doing? And I like to stick with a simple barbell curl or an easy bar curl, simply because you can load up the heaviest weight and it's going to overload your muscle more than the dumbbell variations will be. But how do you actually do a curl? Because you see it butchered all the time in the gym. So pretty simple. I'm going to talk you through the technique and show you how to do it as well. So there should be zero swaying at all. Your body should stay completely rigid. If you have to sway, you're using too much weight and you're just actually taking the emphasis off your biceps, and then what's the point really? So starting from a dead hang position, simply lift the bar up using a full range of motion, allowing your elbows to track forward at the top so you can feel your forearm connecting with your bicep, and the weight should be around shoulder level. Around that, you know you've hit your full range of motion. Not a difficult exercise, but one that people always screw up. As with any muscle, you should try and, as with any exercise, you should try and feel it in the muscle you're trying to work. If you sway, you're not doing that. Alright, so that's our main bicep movement. However, I think it's a really good idea to back that up with two other bicep exercises if you really want to maximize their growth. First off, I would say the hammer curl is a great one because it works a muscle called the brachialis, which is a muscle that's underneath your bicep, and it's emphasized more during the hammer curl, and if we increase the size of that, that's going to push your bicep up and making it look bigger. It's also going to increase the size of your forearm as well, which obviously are part of your arms. So the hammer curl is one variation I would definitely include. And also another variation is a spider curl, or you can do a preacher curl as well. I prefer the spider curl because it's a little bit safer, and we should include these two variations because they work the biceps a little differently to most other curls, in that the tension is at the bottom of the movement rather than the top, like in your regular barbell curls. If we include those three variations, so a barbell curl, a hammer curl, and a spider curl, you've got all the biceps covered and you're maximizing your growth of that muscle. Okay, so let's move on to the second muscle in our arms, and that is the tricep. So the tricep is made of three regions: the long head, the medial head, and the short head, sorry. So if we want to maximize the growth of that, we need to pick the right exercises. And I would start by saying that the triceps have worked really well during your heavy pressing movements, so your bench press, your dumbbell press, push-ups as well. So that would be the main kind of movement for your triceps already. But you need to back that up with a little bit of isolation work as well. So what kind of isolation work? Well, to ensure we hit all regions, all three heads of your triceps, we need a variation that's overhead, and we need a variation where your arms are in front of your body. So in terms of an overhead movement, a good one is the overhead tricep extension. Pretty simple movement. You can do it with a dumbbell, or you can use an easy bar as well. And yeah, really simple exercise and ensures you're hitting that long head of the tricep. In terms of the movement in front of your body, I would use either a tricep cable push down if you have the equipment, or another one is a skull crusher. So using the dumbbells again is going to provide you a little bit more balance between your arms. So dumbbell skull crusher, make sure you keep those elbows nice and still. Don't let them track forward or back too much. So that's how to maximize your triceps using those 3 exercises. Heavy presses of some sort, so push-ups, and then an overhead movement like a tricep extension and a skull crusher. That's it, guys. Lots of movements there, but if you really want to maximize your arm development and really have some bulging biceps and fill out those sleeves, I think you need to include all those 3 exercises. How often do you hit them? Well, like any muscle, if you want to maximize it at least twice per week. They're smaller muscle groups, so you can probably get away with a little bit more. But the most important thing is an increase in volume, sets times reps over time. And that's it. Do those things and you will grow, provided you provide enough protein as well. So that's it, guys. All this stuff is built into my 12-week programs, how to maximize your arm development in there while dropping body fat off your gut. So yeah, if you're interested in that, have a read below. And cheers, see you in the group.